Yeah. See you soon. If it is true that everything is all interconnected, and in fact, everything is just one form, then your spiritual evolution must be judged by how much you see the unity. As the more you evolve spiritually, then the more unity you will see. And then, in essence, all relationships are, in fact, just a relationship with yourself. As more and more people join to you, and you see the linking of all beings of all kinds, then the unity must come quite naturally. So the true judgment, or perhaps the most relevant word in this case, is unselfishness. If you are linked to another and the other is no more than you, then all that you do must be unselfish. As you are only doing it for yourself. Now, you would think I would say selfish, as everything is to do with one. But it is through the unselfishness that you find your unity. It is through your kindness to other that you will find your inherent love within yourself. So again, all battles then must be how to love myself. And this seems to be the hardest thing that the human race has to tackle with. How do you love yourself? Seems fairly easy to find love in a partner for at least a limited time. But how is the essence of love of self derived, grown, developed, embodied? And again, it comes back to the simple phrase of follow the feelings and not the thought. And we can go beyond those feelings as well. The thoughts will make you look at another and see the differences. A different race, a different sex, a different culture. But what is it that unifies? What is it that is the same in the other as it is within you? And that feeling of love starts to develop at the same time that the feeling of awareness of the truth beyond the form starts to develop. Let me explain. It is very easy with your eyes to see the difference in another person. It's fairly evident. But you cannot see the similarity with the other person with your physical eye. You must look in other ways. And the similarity, the individual souls or the unifying spirit, exists in all. And looking and sensing that individual soul and unifying spirit is what will find the commonality, the love, the unification. And to begin that journey, to find the commonality, you must begin to look within yourself. And here then you will find the feeling that will bring two together, the love. But beyond that, you will find the awareness and consciousness. That will turn heaven or hell into heaven. What looks through your eyes looks through the other's eyes as well. And that simple act of being aware will result in the connection of all. It is no more than that, in its simplest terms. The Creator, your God, your spirit, your soul, is the essence of awareness that looks. And watches all of the world take place in all its variety of incarnations. As you deepen your awareness, your watching, you fall into the potentiality of the world. And then you must decide, is form or no form the essence of existence? And this will then determine your path. In another group, we spoke about, is God in form or is God formless? Do you see God in every other physical being, or do you believe God is separate to all beings and must be found? So let us take it just a little deeper. And I will bring the analogy to the Garden of Eden. So you have a choice. Some chose to leave the Garden of Eden, and some chose to stay. Those who left could live any life, in any style, in any way. So they entered, let us call it, the world of potential. They could be anything, in anywhere. And as they did this and made their decision, they started a journey, but then decided that they must return to the Garden of Eden. And that journey is the journey that you are. So every bit of potential exists, and every individual will watch only one aspect. So that living through that potential means that aspects of life develop in ways which are there purely to lead you back home. You think karma, and one point of equation looks like it's taking you away from your home. But the karma is also a signpost. Which takes you on that journey backwards to your unselfishness, to your kindness, which is the Garden of Eden that you seek. So the play appears to be in the way. The life you are living seems to be something that you must battle through and fight and overcome and walk around. But the design of it is so intricate and so intelligent that it is no more than the way for you to follow by looking at it with true eye. So there was a story that was given to one of the groups this week, and I do apologize for repeating it. And it may be a story, Brandon, that you may like. A great samurai warrior goes to see a Zen monk and says to the monk, "Teach me about heaven and hell." And the Zen monk looks at the warrior, knowing of his reputation, and says, "You are not even worthy of being called a samurai. Why should I teach you? You are lazy, you are slow, you are old. You do not clean yourself, and your sword is rusty. You are long past your prime, and you should give up all that you once held dear and just find a cave and sit there. Your life as a samurai has now passed you. Pass on your claims and your inheritance to those more deserving. You are but a fool, inadequate, incapable, and you should not even be standing in front of me." This enraged the samurai, and he drew his sword to strike the monk. And the monk said, "That is hell." Realizing that he has been taught a valuable lesson, and realized the risk that the monk had placed in teaching the samurai. He bows to the monk and offers his compassion, gratitude, and kindness. And the monk said, "That is heaven." The way to your Garden of Eden is through your heaven and not through your hell. The way to your joy, the connectedness to other people, is through your heaven and not through your hell. The way to find your truth, to go beyond your play, is through your heaven and not your hell. What brings two together is the qualities of heaven. What drives two apart is the qualities of hell. These are no more than a mental state. Yet it is the individual's choice of how much emotion and which emotion he allows to flow through his awareness into the physical world. You see, you have the choice of your emotion. Even though you are the awareness watching the play, you can allow love to flow through you into your life. Or you can allow anger. You can join heaven or you can join hell, and that is your choice. You enjoy togetherness or separateness. Think of the last time you were angry with someone. Did you feel closer or further apart? And when you felt shared kindness and love, did you feel closer or further apart? When you shared and gave and loved and cared for, did you feel closer to yourself? So the opening of your heart and your true essence of you must be interrelated. So an open heart is an expression of your true self rather than a closed heart, which must create one and another. If your heart is truly open, then others are drawn to you. Your genuineness and your connection. Nothing to hide. No need to attack and no need to defend. You can purely allow the other person to be as they are, even if they are less than wholesome. You await them to talk to you about what they should do to evolve and grow spiritually. You just shine your light, proud of your essence and your form. How do you keep, then, the qualities of a fine, open, loving heart? Well, there are qualities of kindness. qualities of compassion and non-judgment, deciding not to protect anything, the removal of the debris which gives the false self, your issues you have carried from childhood, your beliefs, the false value. And then you become pure presence. And kindness is not a choice, it is always available. Love is not a choice, but is just given. The playfulness of life is seen, not the seriousness. You look out into life from the Garden of Eden, not trying to find your way back to that inherent place. And this is a simple experiment. Be kind. How does that make you feel? Tell someone a secret from your heart that you've hidden. Do you feel more connected? When you let go of your surface, does the bubble of love arise? If you follow that feeling of love down into your depths, does it not expand? If you continue to follow it, you are the expansion. What is it that you hold that you do not wish to give away or to lose? That is what you must get rid of. So work within your mind will help to clear away some of this fog if you are willing to do that journey. Work beyond the mind will see the truth that lies in the awareness state. Work in the physical world will be quite endless until you look beyond it. Work for the benefit of yourself will give you limited results. So you are no more than one that must be cleansed to realize you look from the Garden of Eden into the physical world. Removing that outer layer to allow your inner layer to shine. So if you've ever sat near or with a person that has undertaken at least some of this journey, there's a sense of openness, a sense of clarity, maybe with wisdom and maybe not. But there is kindness. And if you were to pick a partner, always pick someone that is kind. Because they point back to you. What you are and what you are not. They can be that mirror that you chase and you like. So when you first see your child, your newborn child, they are a perfect mirror of your truth. Your true nature. And they are an open door. So often the parents look and honor and worship and serve the child. And find their happiness and joy in the child. But it is only the child awakening the truth within the person. And that is what they love, their own truth. So you see the Zen monk, when talking to the samurai, played with his mind and showed him what he wasn't and what he was. And whether that samurai continued to be a samurai or did not, then the truth of who he was or is became the primary focus of the life. So if you were to sit with, let us say, a teacher, and he was to say to you, you are no good, you are not capable, your sword is rusty. How would you feel? What if your partner said to you, you are incapable, you always make a mistake? How does that make you feel? Is that then not a signpost to your truth? And if you can accept that, then all karma must be a signpost back to your truth. Some time ago in a talk, we spoke about the way that you come into this world with a desire for one thing, but your karmas and your desires seem to taint or get in the way of the way that that plan becomes manifest. Follow it back. See the truth. See that you are the watcher and the provider of emotions into the play. Love the world. And this brings all of you together. And you feel the connectedness of all being. So maybe as a nice connection, the connectedness of all being. Let us show some kindness and love to all those on our healing list today, so that they may come into their own purity of self beyond whatever physicality that they are inflicted by. So, Branda, may I have the healing's names now, please?
You never need to apologize for telling us stories, my friend. They will always be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the names: Melanie, Manny, Keyshawn, Tony and Teresa, Amanda, Cynthia, Patricia, Rose, Barbara, Ajden, Monty, Yvonne, Maddie, Chantal, Les and Bev, Richard Gatfield, Alex McDougall, Kim and Lizzie, Rose Frazier, Howard, Michelle Clark, Teresa, Mike Eskins, Raylene, Mike, Lynn, Carrie, Neil, Josh and Megan, and Stephanie. Thank you.
In the groups that we are working together in, there are 4 groups. 3 of those groups, as the 4th group is fairly new, 3 of those groups will begin their processes of evolution beyond where they thought they were going this week. There is a start for some that they have been given an experiment. Others have started to see connections and realization. Others are flowing along on a path, and triggers will start to emerge for them in due course. For those which are undertaking the experiments, before your group this week, whichever day and time, connect and ask for the truth to flow through you. To those which are diving into their truth of their heart, there are 4 people. Dive into your truth and meet me there this week. For those which are having resistances, know that they are there to point you back to your truth yourself. And before your time this week, trust in your depth and not in your surface. For the 3 people that are expressing their truth for the healing of their family and their friends, be kind and give. Offer no attack and no defense, and let your heart be open. And sit in the heart with me. That work that we undertake in those groups is showing signs to you all of your change. As the voice works on one side of your being, the spiritual presence works on the other side. And both sides are clarifying the center. Know that what is taking place, no matter where you are, is all part of the looking from the Garden of Eden. See what you hold on to. And if you think you are the samurai with the rusty sword, see what you must let go to allow me to be with you at a stronger level. There are beings in those groups which are here to perform a mission. Have no consideration of the mission, but rather of the expression. So do not look deep into the future, but allow your presence to be true today and the connection be true to you today. you will know who you are. We will dive further into our connections of relationships with self and with other next week. Isn't it a coincidence that in practice groups we are connecting, and in these talks we're talking about relationships with self and other? No. But these are the weeks not to hold back. Let the flow be true. God bless you all.